It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, February 25th, and we are waking up with temperatures above freezing. And I think everybody's going to get a little mood boost today because once again, I've got sunshine and mid 60s in the forecast. Yes, the warmest day of the week ahead today. It is so nice compared to the weather that we had around just 1 week ago with all the extreme cold, of course, the snowfall, still a little bit of that lingering around. We're going to do more of that melting today, and road conditions are now just fine. However, I expect that some of the snow that's still hiding in the shadows of the playground and the north side of the house is still going to melt off as we head through the rest of the day today. The 60s and the sunshine combined, it should be more than enough to get rid of that snow once and for all. Today is the warmest day of the week in my forecast, with temperatures nearly 15 degrees above where they typically are this time of the year. Average highs land somewhere in the low 50s typically this time, and we're going to be anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees above average, not just today, but lasting through the rest of the work week too, and the weekend is shaping up to look quite nice as well. Above average in the forecast this week, there is a weak frontal boundary heading our direction. I want to warn you of that. It's coming on Wednesday, and while it will provide at least a small chance for some light rain showers, I'm really not expecting this to be any sort of big impact event. Rain totals look low, rain coverage looks low, but it will mean a slight cool down for the second half of the work week. So enjoy those mid 60s and get outside at some point today. I do expect that most of the area will stay dry, and there's not going to be a whole lot of rain to speak of, but Wednesday is the only chance that we have. In fact, when I look at the long range forecast, really over the next 7 days, things are looking pretty dry in the Ozarks. Things look nice late in the week with temperatures slightly above average. We look mild for the weekend, and it's not until next week, maybe the early or middle part of next week, that we see rain chances return for everybody, and there could even be some thunderstorm chances. Long-range models indicating some storms are possible in the forecast next week. That's something that I'll keep my eye on as that gets a little bit closer. Temperatures today, mid and upper 60s. It is going to be beautiful, and there will be a few folks that are flirting with that 70-degree point today. I don't quite think we get there in Springfield, but some fair weather clouds and some sunshine will do us some good in the forecast today. On Wednesday, there will be at least a small chance. I'm giving it about a 30% chance for some light showers. Temperatures still look really mild, and in fact, a lot of us still make it to the mid 60s tomorrow. We're cooler on Thursday. Highs will drop to the 50s behind that frontal boundary, but we will have the sunshine back, and then on Friday, temperatures should top out in the mid 60s once again with a good amount of sunshine again. So things are looking great for us as we head closer to the weekend. Around the country, temperatures continue to slowly warm and moderate for much of the southern United States. We were all kind of in that deep freeze with the polar vortex event last week. Now we're thawing out, and much of the country is seeing above average and more mild temperatures in the forecast, which is not just a welcome change for us. A lot of folks are thankful for that. Even Florida last week had highs in the 50s. They're going to be back up into the mid and upper 70s this week. So things are feeling good everywhere across the Ozarks. All right, time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question. And the question that I left you with yesterday was, where is the windiest place on Earth? And the options that I gave you were A, Antarctica, B, New Zealand, C, Oklahoma, or D, New Hampshire. And the answer is A, Antarctica, but the 4 options that I gave you actually come back on Earth.com's 10 windiest places on Earth. Taking the number 1 spot is Commonwealth Bay, Antarctica. The Guinness Book of World Records and National Geographic both list Antarctica as the windiest place on the planet. We have winds recorded over 150 miles an hour on a regular basis, and the average annual wind speed there is 50 miles an hour all the time. Like constantly 50 miles an hour, which is pretty crazy to think about. Number 2 on the list was Wellington, New Zealand. Highest wind speed recorded there is 154 miles an hour, but the average wind speeds are 27 miles an hour. It is often known as Windy Wellington. So always windy there as well. And then you might be surprised that Oklahoma and New Hampshire are on the list. Oklahoma in Bridge Creek in 1999, unfortunately, the wind speed recorded here was from a Category 3 tornado. Wind hit and was clocked at 302 miles an hour. Pretty unbelievable, which puts it on our top 10 list here. And then in New Hampshire, this is actually from Mount Washington, New Hampshire. The Mount Washington Observatory staff documented the fastest wind gusts ever recorded on the face of the earth at 231 miles per hour. That was back in 1934. So we beat that now, but wind velocity here all year long is about 32 miles per hour. So still very windy in Mount Washington, New Hampshire. Now you know. But congrats if A, Antarctica was your guess. Here is the quiz question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. True or false? Frogs get noisier before it rains. What do you think? You can submit your guess over at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for listening this morning and starting your day with me here at Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. And thanks to our sponsors, John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a great one. Enjoy the outdoors. Get outside at some point today. Feel the warmth, feel the sunshine, and enjoy that 65 degrees. I'll be back to chat with you again first thing tomorrow.